Good morning, all. Being a superhero is nearly every kid's dreams, and maybe adults' dreams. When mentioning heroes, people tend to think that the real heroes are the first responders and those who fight for the country. As true as that statement is, superheroes are often looked as just being in the comics. As a kid, I loved superheroes, whether it was DC or Marvel, and I wasn't the only kid who admires heroes. The majority of kids and adults want to be Superman, and the bigger fans of comics wish to be Daredevil, and even Iceman is cool. It is not often televised, but some people actually have the chance to be heroes, or at least show hero like attributes. And it is not having a good moral compass. I am referring to the abilities. Those superheroes are not granted from being from another planet or being bit by a radioactive spider. Some powers do exist, such as super strength, echolocation, and Tumo meditation. Superman and the Hulk, what do they have in common? It is their super strength, and surprisingly, this power can have its own version in the real world. Of course, you can have the bodybuilders and the gym rats, as they are called, but this kid is no bodybuilder. He did not focus his time into gaining muscle. Liam Hoekstra is the modern day Superman. He has the strength and speed for it. The way that he received these abilities was just by being born. He was born without myostatin. Myostatin is a growth factor that regulates the size of muscles beginning in early embryonic development and continuing throughout life. Myostatin acts as the inhibitor that prevents too much muscle growth, but without this myostatin, there is nothing regulating his muscle development, and without the regulation, his body becomes naturally strong. His muscles aren't growing because they're already there. Liam first showed off his strength when he was 5 months old and did an iron cross, which is a difficult task and what can take at least 4 years of training to successfully complete. The great thing about this ability is the fact that it poses no health risk and that he has no intake, or the intake is more than the output, meaning he can eat as much as he wants and not gain any weight. We discussed super strength, but we'll talk about super senses. In this case, it's echolocation. Daredevil is a Marvel superhero who lost his eyesight when he was just a little kid. And he started growing, he studied law, and he became a really good fighter. And now he helps people against supervillains. Ben Underwood was diagnosed with retinal cancer at the age of 2 and lost his eyesight at the age of 3. But he learned to see again by clicking his tongue. Echolocation is when an animal sends out the signal and listens for the sound to come back. They use the sounds and signals to hear what objects and things are near them. Much like seeing, the auditory system is when sound waves bounce off the original surface into the air. What makes him so great is that the fact that he used echolocation to not only to walk, but to skateboard, roller skate, and play sports. He and Daredevil both use their disabilities and turn them into advantages. Sounds and echoes can be strongly compared to seeing due to the way it processes information. Often, when humans use echolocation, it would be either through the use of a cane, stomping of the feet, or even clicking of the tongue. Those who train to echolocate can determine where their objects are and its size are the vibrations which and the sounds bounce back. So Ben and Underwood was able to use echolocation to see where he was going and practiced it effortlessly, participating in some things as people with sights, and maybe even performed it better. Iceman is a mutant from X Men. His abilities are to control ice and completely engulf his body in ice. The real life version of Iceman is that is through Tumo meditation. Tumo meditation is when it increases the body temperature through a combination of breathing and visual techniques. This term can also be known as inner fire meditation. Tumo is the fierce goddess of heat and passion in Tibetan Buddhist tradition. Tumo meditation is associated with 6 yogas of Naropa, and the purpose of Tumo is to gain control over body processes during the completion stage of the highest yoga tantra. Wim Hof learned to control his body temperature, which allowed him to climb Mount Everest in nothing but shorts and shoes. By merely maintaining a warmer body temperature, he used Tumo meditation to warm his body for the duration of the hike. To get a better understanding of how great this is, Mount Everest is 8,848 meters, or 29,029 feet, which, measuring mountains by their summits above sea level, Mount Everest is the biggest mountain. It takes about 2 months to fully climb Mount Everest. Approximately 297 died from the cold when hiking up the mountain, and they had clothes on. He hiked this 29,029 feet mountain with just shorts and shoes. He went up to 22,000 feet in only 5 hours and 22 minutes. In conclusion, People with super abilities not only exist in the comics, these three amazing people showed us that it is possible to have abilities similar to that of a superhero. It certainly is a great feat that not everyone has accomplished. As fictitious as superpowers sound, these people are three of many who had their bodies either genetically or physically trained to do above average tasks. Everyone wishes to be like Superman, Daredevil, and Iceman, but these individuals actually have the chance to be them. Thank you.